Hello everyone, I'm Thomas Adrianson with NCSI, and today we'll be going over how to auto-generate your cab review date on your change records to your company's next available formal review date. And this is a use case for when you hold, say, a weekly formal cab review date at the same time every week. For this example, we're going to be using Tuesday at 11 a.m. So every time you move a change from a status of logged to requested, we're going to go ahead and auto-populate our cab review dates to the next available Tuesday at 11 a.m. So the first thing we're going to need to do is go into our administrative console and go into our change business object. We're going to create a field called day of week, and this can just be a text field. And then we're going to go ahead and set some business rules to handle this logic. So we're going to initialize that day of week field that we just created to a function of local day of week. And this is going to return a number 1 through 7. So it's going to be 1 for Sunday, 2 for Monday, etc. Through the rest of the week. And then because we don't want the cab review date to be set until they move it from a status of logged to a status of requested, we're going to go ahead and create a calculation rule, that same field. And this is going to be an always and also recalculate on load. So the expression for this is going to be if the status is equal to logged, then we're going to use that same local day of week function so that the next time they go into that record, it updates the local day of week that we set to that current date. Else, it's going to hold on to the value that it already has if the status is not logged. Okay, and then the next rule that we need to create is a trigger to go ahead and set that cab review date. So we're going to create a trigger called set cab review date. And this is going to be on a field event, an update of the status field. And when the status field is set to requested, which is the next status from logged, we're going to create an update object rule for our cab review date. And this is going to be a case expression based on that day of week field that we created. So it's going to look like this. So case day of week when it's 1. So when it returns a Sunday, we want to add the minutes, right? We're going to say 0 minutes. We want to add hours. Within that add minutes function, we're going to add 11 hours from the beginning of the day of 3 from the current date, which is a function. And then we want to specify our time zone. And we are counting the current day as 1. So if it returns a 1 on a Sunday, we need to add 3 days from that to get Tuesday. So we're going to keep doing that for each case. And I'm going to go ahead and just paste the function in here to save us some time. And it's going to look like that when you're done. So on Sunday, we're adding 3 days. On Monday, we're adding 2 days. On Tuesday, we're adding 8 days to get us to the next available Tuesday. And so you'll just have to play around with these numbers and adding on to the next day, depending on the date and the time that you want to set your cab date to. And the final thing we need to do is go ahead and set the cab vote expiration based on that, so that when those votes go out, we have that set as well. So we're going to go ahead and add an editing rule on the cab vote expiration. On change of cab review date, we're going to set the cab vote expiration and say we want these votes to be in no later than 24 hours prior to the cab review date. So what we're going to do is we're going to say add days -1 from the cab review date. And what that's going to do is it's going to set it to 11 a.m. the day before. Okay, so to see this in action, We're going to go ahead and create a new change. We're going to say test cab auto set cab dates. Cab review date and vote expiration date should be auto set when the status changes to requested. Okay, and right now we can see that that is blank. When we save this, it's still going to be blank because we're in a logged status. If we go ahead and move this to requested, we'll see that our cab review date is set to the next Tuesday, and that the cab vote expiration is set to the next Monday, both at 11 a.m. And that's how you set that.